may I have your attention? I certainly can, if I force myself. But I'm asking. May I have your attention? John?
I was asking her a question. It's my fault. Very sorry.
John, if you have any chewing gum, I want you to share it with everybody. Anyway.
Take it out of the smell, break it apart.
All right, this is going to be a 3 or 4 pronged attack here. We're going to show you first a short slideshow on Skal.org going into the live model and show you what we're telling you about in the first. Then we're going to switch to Skal USA, and then we're going to show you a little bit about our new, it's called Nailer. It's a, what's the term I'm looking for? It's a...
Well, it's an association NGO.
That doesn't mean anything except that it's an association NGO.
Basically, they help nonprofit associations.
It's like it's a jobs board kind of. Yeah,
career center.
Career center. That's the word I was looking for. Career center. All right. So, no one else is coming?
Nope, we're it.
All right.
Are we taking notice here?
If you want.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and we're also recording it, and it'll be on the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can send us a link to
Can you just send us the PowerPoint when it's done?
Yeah.
share that.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
The PowerPoint will be attached to the recording.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Now, I asked you before you came here, I hope everyone got my email asking that you were all able to log in to Skal.org. Did you all get that? Have you been able to log in, every single one of you?
Yeah.
Everybody's answering for themselves. All right, very good. All right.
Can you verify that?
Yeah. We need proof and we need it now. All right. So this essentially is not for you, but for your members who may have a problem logging in. And that has been one of our key problems since day one. All right, your email address is your login. I think we all know that. If your email has changed, and for many members it has, they may have gone into another job or left or they're retired and don't use a company email. The email that they have on file with Skal was the last email they had put in their profile. So for many members, that's changed. So if they tried to log in with that email, it's going to get a rejection, an error response. So you can contact Sandra Vera, who is in Torremolinos, and has been working with us for 2 years, almost a year and a half, and is generally up till 11 at night. I found that out. And she will send an email back with the proper email. The login, as we may have found out, is case sensitive. I'm not going to go into my thoughts about that, but it's the only time in my life I've ever seen that. So if you start typing in and you have a capital J or a capital S at the beginning of your email address and it doesn't take, try it with a lowercase. That's what happened to me initially. And it went in, so it worked. So that's the first thing you have to get over for your members. All right? You will get a reset password link from headquarters that is good for 24 hours. And I'll repeat this a few times. This password link may go into the member's spam file. So if somebody says, well, I never got the link. I said, look in spam. Oh, there it is. So that's generally the response I get. So because whether it's your company, personal email, it may go into spam. So if it's not in your inbox, it's probably in spam. All right, once logged in, the member can access the database and more. And we'll show you the more when we get to the live action. All right, the first thing you should do, any member, is to update your profile so the email is correct. All of your updated information is correct. If you have a cell phone, that would be better probably than a work phone. So that's the first thing we want to do. All right. I think most of you are your club administrators. It's typically the president or the secretary of the club. And these are the people who have access to what I'll call the back-end applications like approvals, transfers, deletions, category changes. By category changes, I'm not talking about going from the hotel industry to the cruise industry. The categories are active, retired, young Skal, etc. So if somebody is going from active to retired, I will show you how to do that. If they're going from young Skal to active, I'll show you how to do that. So this is all part of the club administrator's role, which is a separate part of Skal.org than for your regular member. All right, for the members, the most used area of the website are the documents, the Skal database, which is probably the most used, membership forms, membership development forms, Florman Volkert Fund, deadlines, and help. And we'll get into that a little bit. It's not called help. We never found out why. It's called Create Ticket. And I just want to say a couple of things. Membership forms are found in 2 different places on the website. Any person on the face of the earth who can access this website can fill out an application.
And that's the problem.
Any person on the face of the earth can fill out an application. And unfortunately, that's not going to change, but we'll get to your...
I did send an email to
I know, I saw you copied me. I'll get to that in a second. But membership forms, I'll talk more about that when I go to the live thing, are available to everybody. But once a form is filled out, the application approval is sent to the president, secretary, the national administrator, and then to the headquarters. All right, so we got a question last time saying, well, if we don't know, how does this person may get by? I said, no, they'll never get by because you as president or secretary have to sign off on them. And I will show you, you should check to see who recommended this person.
That's the other problem we're having is once it gets approved, the application goes away. And we don't have a copy of it anymore. So we are having to print it and save it prior to it really being approved so that it can go to our membership chair so that she can, reach out to them and contact them because we have more strict standards to become a member. But it does go away. So it'd be nice if it would tell you that or so you don't learn the hard way like we did, or be able to save it someplace before, archive it for 30 days. I mean, I don't know. To someone to decide.
Yeah, SI does archive it, but you're right, you don't have access to it.
Yep.
So, clearly print it out and put it in and give it to your membership
I
chair.
think that needs to be communicated.
Yeah,
in this as
no,
well.
I understand. But at this point, you have access by going to Sandra.Vera. She doesn't delete them. She puts them in an archive
Do we know
file
what Pam
for
is?
you. Yeah.
Do you know what Pam is?
Now we just go ahead.
She's trying to get her Apple to work.
Oh, I was going to say we need a
Yeah.
Karen Trevino
Karen,
for this group.
can somebody go and do that? That's good at that? Thank you very much. Jim and I aren't good at
But I
that.
want to say about the membership form,
Yeah.
I do it for them.
Yeah, there are,
No,
Karen- Yeah.
that's another point that the
Yeah.
other Karen
By the
Trevino
time
brought up.
they figure this out, I lose them probably. So I said, all I need is your credit card, and the rest I do.
right, right.
That's the way we would
And
love
it
to
takes
have
me
it
2
done.
minutes.
But that's the way we would love to have it done. But there are instances, and we've seen them, where people find out. We had a student in Los Angeles who, I forget what school she went to, but she filled it out. No one knew who she was.
Right.
So that can happen. So
Yeah,
you have to
we had one
vet.
of those too.
Yeah. So you have to know who they are before you approve it. All right, thanks, Beth. All right, so let's go on. All right, so today's agenda, we kind of covered login. I'll show it to you again. How to update your profiles, how to navigate the Skal.org site, and we'll see the Skal database where you can find any Skal League in the world by various searches. And when you do a search, make it as specific as you can, because you can do it by first name, last name, company, club, area committee, national committee. Get it as specific as possible. I did an example in the first one where I used my last name and the U.S. National Committee. One person came up. I did first name, John. This is true. For Skal USA 38 came up. So I said there's various ways of finding them. Scrolling down from 38 is not that big a deal. I mean, you can do that easily. So try to make it as easy on yourself as possible. All right. Let's go live. All right, I'll go to the live site now. Oh, I had the same problem last time. I'd have to close that. No, I forget.
There you go. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, no, I had two of them up here.
There you go.
All right. The Skal USA.
You're on the Skull USA site.
All right. That was what Pam was using, I guess. All right. I want to go. All right, let's go to
Hit the Skull logo, yeah.
Go to the sign in first,
Right.
or log in.
This,
Load it.
yeah.
All right. So I'm going to sign out and then sign in again. Log out and log in again. All right. So again, you're going to get this accept cookies thing all the time.
Yeah, why don't they do it?
That's an
man,
international
man.
law now.
I mean, that would be
You have
great
to let
on
people
a.
know their
That would be
story.
great on a Girl Scout site.
Yeah.
Not.
Or oatmeal cookies.
Yeah.
So all the advertisers can get to.
All right. So this is your login.
Little key thing.
And if you, let's say you want to change your password, reset password, click on that, it sends a message to Spain, they send you a new link, whatever. So now I'm logging in. I can't believe how hot it is. Oh
Do
my.
you think there would ever be able to say, show your password so you could remember what it is?
Yeah, little.
Yeah, I mean, how many sites have that? With a little eye they
Yeah.
click on.
Yeah,
I know.
This is Spain.
Who's our
It's EU.
who's our recording secretary?
It's EU law that you cannot have that because people looking over you can see it.
Well, you could click on the I if you want the password. It doesn't have to automatically do that. That's how.
That's what I say, but it's an EU law that doesn't allow that.
And EU is pronounced EU.
Yeah. Ooh, EU.
All right. All right. So first, what I'll cover is the administrator's dashboard, and that's what we're looking at now. In the last group, Alton Hagen thought I photoshopped my photo.
It looks kind of blurry.
Did a nice
to me.
job.
Yeah, I know. All right. So, as I was mentioning, several of the things are under membership update. All right, I'm under my club role now, which is what you'll see when you're there. So I'll go like, bingo, membership update, and you get transfers, deletions, and category changes. A lot of you have already done this, but if you haven't, it's good to know. Oh crap!
Udo.
No, you know why? Because there's so many different things open.
We answered the questions.
What? This is crazy. Sorry about that.
Start over again. There you go. Accept the cookies. I hate that. There you go. This is, by the way, on a platform called Udo. And don't let it scare you, even though it's not like WordPress at all.
It's not voodoo.
There will be extensive training if you decide your club wants to go this route before they turn it loose to you.
Okay. So I clicked on transfer. Somebody wants to transfer from Skal, Boston to Skal, New Jersey, which apparently happens a lot, right, ladies? Is that...
Yeah.
All right, so you hit create. A lot of people say, well, there's nothing there. Yeah, you have to do it by hitting create. You have to create the transfer form. All right, now you have a member you want to transfer. Let's say, who did I use? Joel Cohen last time?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. Then you used you.
I have a real one if you want to do that.
Yeah, I have a real one.
So you just type in, and all of a sudden everybody, so I did my friend Joel Cohen from Northeast PA last time. Charlie, don't tell Joe.
that you
We
can
can't afford to lose any members.
He doesn't know you
Here's
can
a Joe wants to go to Miami,
another
okay?
Send him to Southwest.
We'll send him to Miami, okay?
All right,
What's another member?
under
Lives
future,
in Boston, there might be a few you want to get rid of.
under future club, again, it's a drop down, so you just have to go to wherever, and then I think they want to go to Garmisch. Joel wants to go to Garmisch. No, Geneva. All right. So, and then you have the reason for transferring. This, I don't think it's a drop down. It's you have to actually type in relocation.
It's, that's, now, it used to be a
Used to be a
drop-down menu.
Yeah,
So
we used to
now,
have like 4 different things.
yeah, now you can put in the real reason.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's happened there.
Poorly,
And that was a member suggested that,
yeah, so it does happen. It does
Yeah.
happen. So anyway, I'm not going to do it, Charlie. I will not do that. We will not hit save, but that's how you do it. Is that clear to everyone? Is that simple to everyone? I'm not turning around and looking.
Jim,
All right.
let me ask a question though, because I just.
Oh, it's Jack.
pulled those up, And I've got 2 transfers there that happened over a year ago, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
They're still there. Why?
Let me see your phone. Are they incoming or outgoing?
They've transferred to the new club.
Oh, it will show. It still show the list of people that have transferred, but they're officially transferred.
If you go to your membership list on the
And they
website,
don't show,
are
then
they
they-
on there?
No.
But if they don't show
Okay.
on your, then you go to that standard
This is
Vera.
just the history. That's why I
Right.
wondered, because
Right.
it came up and he had no
Right.
transfers.
But if they haven't, but if it's not, if anything's not right, send it to Sandra, but copy Jim and I.
Yep.
We really would appreciate that, so we can help you.
All right. To that point, when I go to deletions, it will show everyone you deleted from your club this year. Okay, just like yours showed all the transfers, Jack. If you go to deletions, it'll show the deletions.
You know,
Right?
one of the things we suggested on this, now you can click on there and find out where they're from, but I have suggested, can you at least put the club on there, on this master list here?
Yeah, but this
And-
is specific to Skull, New Jersey.
Right, well, and I'm thinking more USA.
Right.
Because I see this list
Right.
for all of USA, but I don't know what club they're from, so I have to actually go in and click on their name. But you're right, Jim is logged in as New Jersey,
Right.
and these are all the New Jersey people. So thank you for clarifying.
And again, if
Yeah.
God forbid
Yeah,
you had to delete a member, it's creating a form just like you did with the transfer. All right, so you go the member name, you just start typing in their name, it'll drop down, choose it, reason for leaving. This actually has
that has to drop
a list,
down.
a drop down. Fees unpaid, that blah, 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 blah. So fill that in and hit save. Clear? Okay.
And, and if there's a recurring reason why people are leaving, let us know so we can get that drop-down menu, because there's a lot of people that are putting other in there because it's not a complete list. So if there's something that is recurring, let us know, because there's people from from a Skull Club to Skull USA to Skull International to the ISC that work those lists to help you.
All right, if you have pending approvals.
You got 2?
Yeah, the same 2. No, the same 2. It's the guy from Washington and the guy from
We have about 16 overall for Skull USA that need to be approved. And so please,
I have no idea why these are on the
please
New Jersey.
check those lists and let us know. And if it's somebody you're not going to approve, let us know as well, so we can
Clear them.
get them in the archive list, so to speak.
I want to show you that too, because
Can you go to
You
the
get an
National
idea,
Committee?
National Committee.
Let's see if I fixed that a little bit better now.
Yeah.
This is where the president picks on me. It's still 16 as of Thursday. So if there's anybody on there, if you're here in this meeting right now and you're, that person you haven't contacted that person, please contact that person. If it's somebody you've said, that's gone, let us know all so I can purge this list. Because there's a lot of resources that go to help you remember that there's somebody pending.
Check something. I don't want to be, this is probably, I shouldn't be doing
Kansas City's not here, so. No, he was. Alton's
No, I
not
wanted
here.
to see,
wouldn't go
going
down.
back to what Beth was saying about
Yeah.
their application. This is essentially their application, but in a different format.
Yeah.
So we actually have it. I'm not sure if you have it. That's the thing. If you have a check under your pending,
I don't think I do, but I will check.
yeah, check under your pending. Like you will have Diane Labardi will be there. But you're talking about, no, you're only talking about pending ones, right? Or no, the ones that have already been.
Okay,
They're approved, then
Jim,
they go
so
away.
just check this out here, okay? So the introduced by, but then every time we've communicated, right?
Yep.
To everybody, it's on here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about you, I get 200 emails a day. And I should open every one that says SI on it, but sometimes I miss it for 2 or 3 days,
Yeah, so.
They should be able to see this screen, right? In
Yeah.
their administration side.
Right. I'm trying to think, though, if there is another area. I'm going to try now, Beth, because I'm going back to the dashboard. All right, so we covered the membership updates, which is transfers, deletions, and category changes. We've looked at the new application pendings and the unapproved, okay? Now I'm going to go to club management. I don't think we did this in the last group. Under here you have club details, board members, and economic management. I'm going to go to club details. All right. You can view members.
All their information.
All right. But, again, if I click on, aha.
That's
That-
their application.
That's
Yes.
the application. That's it. That's everything.
So but our members, only the secretary and the president have access to this.
That's correct.
That's
Which
right.
is, for a size, our club, I can't be doing all of that, so that our membership chair,
Right.
that's where we ended that conversation. Does
About
she
having
have-
a third person. That's something, again, that, we should lobby, Skal International.
God forbid that you would share your login information with anybody.
No, it's,
Well, I can't figure out what remember my password is because I don't have the eye to go back and look at it. So that goes back to here.
Reset password, they'll send you an email, reset it, write it down, share it.
see if they can they do reports? I'm New Jersey now. I want to check something.
Okay. Well, reports are a lot quicker now.
Yeah.
But you're at,
Because this for a club could be great.
yeah, you're at 23 minutes now.
All right, so I'm going to do name. Member list, yeah, but I don't want the, I want the spreadsheet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait.
So one of the questions that was asked is, can you print out a spreadsheet of all your members? And this is a, a new feature where you just click on that little box there and it'll export it for you to Excel.
Is that for everybody has that ability?
Only the president and the secretary,
Yeah, it's
the
the
people that have,
administrative-
once again.
No, it's the
yeah.
administrators of the for the club.
Yes.
And again, if you get 3 or whatever, you can do it. But I mean, in this particular case, you click on View Members again. All right, I'll do this. I'm not going to rush through it. You go to the catch-all box up here next to name. Click on that. It highlights every name, okay, every member. We don't have 158 members. But I can do, and Tom and I can do this for the entire United States in approximately 12 seconds.
Now.
Now, we used to be 7 or 8 minutes, 5 months ago. Anyway.
It told you to go out and get a cup of coffee,
Yeah. Oh, it
get
did.
pastry,
Yeah, it did.
and everything.
So anyway, we have this right up in the corner, if you want to make a mental note or whatever, is export. All right, that's, watch what happens when I click that. All right, it'll create a spreadsheet. It comes down here. It maybe not on yours, just. Bingo!
And there it is.
Yeah.
Bingo!
Cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
All right, now you can manipulate it in any way. If you want to just show all your actives or your activities, what they do. This is something that I think a lot of people might need.
It's a good feature.
Has all of your emails there.
It's just a really quick way to check to see the information you have on each member, especially if you have emails that are returning consistently. Used to be a bear to get that information.
Right, but I don't want to brag, but I did it in 6.1 seconds.
Okay. And the
I think
whole world knows since we're recording.
Exactly. That is the new Skal record. Thank you. All right, so those are essentially the things you need as an administrator. So now I'm going to move to the general part of the website for all members. And you go to the top left and click on the Skal symbol.
Mm-hmm. The homepage, is that the homepage you're talking about? Yeah.
And it didn't have to log me out. Yeah, that's great. So accept your cookies. I've seen those two ladies for 2 years now. All right, so let's just go to 4 members because most of the questions I get are under this category. And we'll go down the various categories. Documents, let's just see what's there because your average member doesn't really care about the documents. But again, as an administrator, you have statutes and bylaws here. But this is probably the one you use most if you need to. So you click on that and it opens that up and you'll see the bylaws, statutes, et cetera, et cetera. All right.
You want to go through membership development?
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where you find your documents. So now I'm going to go back.
Excuse me? Is this the bylaws for,
Skal International.
so if I want to have it for Miami?
You will when you get your site set up. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go over that. That'll be next. Now, you don't have to be an administrator in order to access the bylaws and all these documents and what have you. You can get that. Any SI member can get that information.
All right, well, quickly go to membership development because it's definitely underused. Wish it was faster. Come on. All right, so let's see, is it here?
That's it, yeah.
Up.
Presentation.
It downloads it, remember?
Yeah.
You have to go to your download. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't go on your screen like the last one does. It actually puts it in your downloads in your directory. Maybe just talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a form which I will not show you right now, but I will during the course of the proceedings here. If you want to run an event, a membership event, which should not be part of a normal meeting, it should be a separate event. You fill out a form. There's a committee of, could be active, I'm not sure, they could be past Skal presidents, who will approve or disapprove the form. If they approve it, then the funding for the meeting is in thirds, okay? The maximum that Skal International will give is €300. Skal USA will match that amount, up to that amount, and the club is responsible for everything over that amount. So it was brought up, supposing the event costs $1,200. Skal gives $300, Skal USA gives $300, and the other $600 is covered by the club. That's, it could happen, but and probably not that much. But if you do one that costs $500, that 500 is in thirds. It's not like 3 from Skal International, 3 or 2 and 1. No, it's 500 divided by 3. So it's not a difficult process, and it should be used more. All right, let's go to.
Why can't it be in conjunction with the meeting, though?
It's something that Skal decided. It's supposed to be a standalone event. You know what?
The whole purpose is to introduce it to the members of the organization who can't necessarily come to 2 events.
You're absolutely preaching to the choir. If you decide that your November meeting is specifically a membership development meeting, and there are clubs who have done it.
Yeah.
And used it.
Just change the title.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not our normal November meeting.
I've used it for trade shows. So, for instance, the Governor's Conference on Tourism in Phoenix, their booth charge was, let's say, $1,000, but you got 2 admissions. Mm-hmm. So, but your trade show was very productive, and it was 1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
Yeah.
And there's no alcohol, there's no food or anything, but you're sitting at the trade show and you're talking to 500 to 1,000 hospitality leaders, right? And it was very productive.
Okay.
But there's a whole list. When you go into that membership development area, there's a whole list of the kinds of things that you can do that will be approved.
It must be approved in advance.
Oh, yeah.
How many days?
Reimbursement.
No.
How long in advance?
The criteria is listed in there, but it's not a week. It's like 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I
2 weeks in
think so,
advance.
too.
Okay.
Right. John, you've had a few, right? And I've had a few at Tucson, and they can really work. Follow up.
The next thing that is, we would love, and we're hoping that they'll change this name, because Create Ticket means virtually nothing to somebody here. It's essentially your request for help.
Yeah.
And you click on that, you say, I need this, that, and the other thing, and you're put into a queue. And you can see what's in the queue by going to show tickets, which I thought was a very even stranger, because as I used the analogy last time, I said, you're not getting tickets to Hamilton. You just want to see where your request is. So we're going to hopefully get it changed so that it's more user-friendly, so we can understand what they're talking about. This thing is something new that Skal came out with a couple of months ago. It's the WTTC Safe Travel Stamp. I think you all seen that in your emails. But the biggest thing, membership form, membership benefits, but the Skal database probably is the most used. That's another thing. I hate when it keeps on opening. Anyway, so this is it. When you get here, you get alphabetically the first Skal club in the world, Aachen, alphabetically. But you can search by member, first name, last name, company, if you know the company. That might be an idea. I mean, if you say, is there anybody with Princess Cruises or, So in a general search, when we were putting this together, we were trying to find out if there were any members in the U.S. who did not river cruises, but lake cruises. That was a great resource. So you went in there and said maritime company, boom, and you got the whole list and say, there it is. Search by country, maybe, sometimes. But you can also search by area committee. So we don't have an area committee here. So as you can see, it's Asia, Europe. We fall under 3.
No area?
Yeah, Northern Latin America and Southern Latin America. So for us, we wouldn't use that really. But club, absolutely. All right? So let's see, who we're looking for. Charlie Mest? All right, so let's just say, let me.
Charlie.
Just
one first name. All you remember is Charlie from the cocktail.
Yeah, but I don't know if Charlie is Charles or Charlie.
Well, let's see. You have to go down and hit the save button.
I thought it was reset.
Ooh! Oh, Charlie, I'm sorry, Albany, not Charlie Metz. Charlie's in,
There's Charlie.
yeah, Charlie Daly in Albany. All right, so I did pick Albany, I forgot. All right, so if I were to do,
What if you were to leave the club blank?
yeah, how many Charlies are there?
I know. Put in the word Pam, who knows?
Did that work? No.
Moving on.
But, without
There are
belaboring,
five, there's five Charlies.
5 Charlies, wow. That's in the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's nowhere
Because
is
they're all in the
Australia.
USA.
Nope.
No, they're all, oh, yeah, one in Washington, Charlie Perkins, okay. So what I want to say is that make it as specific as possible. If you know the first name, you know the last name, you know the company, you'll only get one result. If you're more general, you might get 5, you might get 30. But I've had people say, I try to find something there, I can't find it anywhere. I said, I've never had that problem. If the person is in Skal, in the world, they should be on here. So if you spell the last name wrong and you get 0 results, and you know the person is in Skal or you suspect they are, then get rid of the last name, try to do the by first name by club if you know the club, and you'll find it. Okay? Let's see, is anything else on here that we want to discuss? Yes?
It's me again. So I have a new member, young couple from Chile, and they are doing coffee distribution, something like Lavazzo Illy Cafe, but to hotels, to restaurants, they go to trade shows and so on. I went to them personally and showed them how to get in. As a matter of fact, I took screenshots and sent Francesca step by step how to get in, because the next trade show they go to Las Vegas, and I'm like, look, you Skal member Miami, approach Las Vegas, and the next thing they will go is New York. So I took pictures exactly like here from the screenshots and sent them to Francesca via WhatsApp, and she's like, thanks so much, now I get it, how I can get access to the database.
No members.
And that's so easy just to also...
Is she a member?
Yes, she's a member.
Did I spell her first name right?
It's under Gonzalez.
No, her first name.
Francesca.
Oh, her husband is in. Oh, I'm sorry.
And she's more doing the paperwork.
Okay. I was going to pull up her.
It's under Giralda, Luca Gonzalo.
That's fine. No,
Is it a Z or an S?
well, you know what I could do? Well, just do this.
Search all the members.
Yeah. Unless you're from Boston and you have 5, 6, 7 pages. Yeah, God bless you, Karen.
52 members now.
All right. So who's the person?
So Gonzalo, Giralda, Luca or so much.
How do you spell the last
Right
name?
here.
Right there.
Right here.
Here, Gonzalo.
Okay.
So he wants to promote his distribution coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, wow, where are you going next? And then again, New York, Las Vegas, all the restaurants and hotels. And so they were most grateful just to get an idea how to access it.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for doing that with the screenshots. That always helps.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, what's the jobs tab? Is that really kept up to date?
Well, we're gonna
get to
Yeah, that's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
talk
next
to that
time.
right
Okay.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
that one's gonna go away, and the new one's gonna come on. But we're gonna tell you about that in a minute.
All right.
And where the heck
Jumping
was
the gun.
That's okay.
where the heck was membership?
Jim teased you on it, so it's all right.
It's not there. All right, let me go back. Yeah, I'll be finished.
Are you
in-
coming back? Oh, okay. I thought you were leaving. That's all right.
Fine, you want to answer my question, I'll leave.
Yeah.
Take my ball.
Membership benefits, no. Where the heck is the membership development form? I keep forgetting.
You got to know it downloads into your files.
You downloaded it last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Membership benefits
You
there,
got-
maybe?
It doesn't load. It loads on your file system.
Mm.
Yeah, so.
Oh, this
so
is
it's all right.
just, yeah.
Just go, if you want to see it, go to your file folder, right?
Oh.
And then you go under downloads, and you'll see it. It'll be there waiting for you. It doesn't load on the
I
system.
thought I remember seeing, and I sent the link to, is it on ours?
Yeah,
We're members?
I think it's on Skull USA.
yeah, but you can, if you, do you really, I mean, you're.
No, I don't have to,
you're
I'm just
40
saying, but
minutes now.
yeah.
But
All right.
we need to emphasize that more, there's no question.
Oh,
about it.
absolutely,
We've been-
absolutely.
Yeah, we were trying to decide whether it's alcohol or not, and that kind of stuff. You may have already decided that.
That's crazy. All right,
So-
yeah, I am finished with my part of the program.
Are you,
So we're gonna move, no, I am not.
all right, so we're gonna,
While Tom moves his computer, my computer won't do this. The first thing I'm gonna do is bribe you all.
hey.
Sorry, was that too loud?
Macadamia
pretty
nuts,
loud.
chocolate covered.
Wow.
Pass it on, tell me where you
Wow.
tell me when you run out.
The other group
So
lost
Skull
out.
International.
Yeah, I know.
Skull
We're not up
International
yet,
has
though.
put out
Here we
their
go.
own website, and they are strongly encouraging.
I'm gonna
all
let
the
Pam
national
sit next to him
committees
and
and the individual clubs to become part of their umbrella of the website. So we are in the process of doing that. Skull Canada has done it. And they're not quite done either. We were hoping we'd have a better version to show you today, but then when we got it 2 days ago, it wasn't nearly what we were hoping to do. But we're going to show you what they have here when he sets it
Maybe.
up. It is a work in progress. Have you run out of those yet? Are they all done? I have more in case we run out.
Yeah, I
Don't
need
you
some
worry. So what we're doing in the process is we're trying to do
Yeah,
it.
it's
They
not
are
working.
sending over a form.
Not working.
You guys, as individual clubs, are not able to do yours
Oh, thank
until
you.
we as USA do ours. We were hoping to have it done. Yeah, you can't, we were
Oh,
hoping to
Tim,
have it done
look at
right
that.
now.
Look at.
But here's whoever didn't get, there's more here. I have 4 more on that. So we're in the process and we're running into more roadblocks than we would have expected. But you know what? That actually should be expected because you're building a new website. There are some things about it that are extremely cool. There's some things that I'm fighting for that they're saying I can't have, and I think we should. So bear with us, and when Tom gets his computer out, we'll be able to see a little bit
Maybe.
of this. But let us, we were hoping maybe by the end of September we'd be up and running, and then you guys could do yours. But let's be realistic, it's probably going to be the end of October, and it's frustrating at times, so let us try to get, the more we can get through it, the easier it'll be for you. They have a lady that you hire, for $400. And then she's very detailed and sends through, basically she's going to be sending, again, my computer won't be on the screen, but she is going to send you some sort of Excel sheet like this where you have it. Everything in blue that you're going to have to fill out. Everything in blue is going to be coming from SI. You have no control.
How did we get
over
that off last
SI is
night?
going to be feeding their information
By
onto
accident.
your website.
Excellent.
Everything on the red level is going to be from us. Skull USA is going to be feeding our information onto your website. And then everything on the green is what you're going to customize for yourself.
Okay,
Pardon?
Okay, so once we decide that we want the website, then it's this person wrote our.
Forgot about the
You'll
profile.
$100 for the basic.
The second
And then
time
you
I
can
forgot about the
custom build
profile.
extra things. So we will not be involved in that. That being said, you don't have to do this. Skal International is strongly suggesting it, and there's some really cool things about it that eventually I might be able to show you.
All right, you want to start with that site again?
Yeah, so this is our site right now. And so, as you know, we have an awful lot of things that, and we're trying to figure out what to move over. We're trying to simplify everything and make this a little bit more reader friendly. Look at the bottom numbers there for the membership. I have to go in there and manually update that to make sure that it, every time I get it. But I don't get daily updates from SI. I don't get daily updates from USA. So there's no guarantee those numbers are ever correct. Tom, if you'll show them the SI version of the page, and you can go to their bottom part. When we get there, they have a bar on the bottom that is constantly updating memberships around the world. So this is the one that he just showed you. Oh, I was going to say to go to ours, but that's fine. So see that 1934, 326. that's constantly updated. If you can go to the one that they made for us or for Canada,
You want to go to ours or Canada?
let's go to ours,
Okay, hopefully.
hopefully. And again, so this is,
There you
we
go.
just got it Wednesday. It's got, not half of what I sent isn't there yet, so, we're gonna have to do
There
it.
you-
So
there you
there,
go.
the numbers, and we just
updated.
hit 1,600 in US
Yeah,
the other day. This
1,600.
literally happened yesterday, updated from 1,599 to 1,600, so it's constantly gonna be doing it.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
something-
We just did it the other
This
day.
is something that
Thank you,
SI is
Mike
going to constantly be
and Tam.
feeding. This up here is the stuff that we as USA are going to be feeding. And we'll update the pictures and that. I gave her links and that's what we have. Along the top, that Skal is international. We're trying to consolidate. That stuff is all coming in from both us and SI. We haven't chosen our header pictures yet. The headers are all over the place. We're still working on the information up here. I don't know why Skal USA election information is there. We didn't ask for that. What will be up there is Career Center, and Tom will talk about that in a few moments. Let's go to Canada's page for just a second, so you can see a little bit more, somebody that's gone further on in the process of building the website. And so what it's
Internal
doing is
server error.
incorporating to make
I
us a
like
little bit
those.
more together and have the correct information. That part is good. Again, we're running into roadblocks. Give us some time to keep getting through those roadblocks. The more roadblocks we can identify and get through, the easier it'll be for you or for me to answer your questions. I keep getting people asking me, I'm like, I don't know yet. But we're going through the process. So this will be something that we'll have,
Pam, what's a realistic time frame you think that
I think, the end of October.
I mean, that we can start saying that we might be interested in going?
You could probably tell Vanessa you're interested at any time, but you aren't allowed to start until
She's
the
done with-
national committee is done. If I am I
Yeah,
correct
so
on
what are you
that?
thinking? Less than a month, I would think, huh?
I don't, based on what I saw the other day, I don't know. And there's so we're dealing with one person out of Canada that's doing it. Yet Esther in Spain has to go through a lot of it too. So there's multiple conversations that have to be had. Right now, they're not letting us keep the SkulUSA.org site. Well, guess what? That's ridiculous. Of course we can do it. So we need to forward that kind of stuff through. That should be able to bounce. So those are things we've got to work out. So if you have, skulmiami.com and you want to keep that, you should be able to. So we're working with all this. There's a couple layers of figuring it out. But the club thing is fantastic, where you can just go at any time and it'll have all of the clubs and you can just go through it and click on it.
I'm going to show them the club icons.
Yeah.
Okay, so this,
So,
yeah. Oh, that's
we'll
cool.
be Albany, New Jersey, Hawaii, Miami, whatever. It'll all be there, so you can do that. The other thing too is can you show it where the news comes in on the bottom of the screen every day? Again, how it incorporates
Let's go back to here, to
Yeah.
their homepage.
their homepage. So it incorporates the international level, the state level, and then your own information, right? So there'll be information coming in from SI, there'll be information coming from you, from us, and then from you. Hey, August 21st, you guys are having an event. Is that a hand up with question? Or is that just a stretch? That's just a stretch. So we're actively in the process of going through this process right now. Realistically, I think we'll be done at the end of October, but hey, maybe we'll get through this stuff faster and it'll be the middle. I'd rather say the end of October and be done on October 10th than tell you now I'll be done on October 10th and not be done until October 31st. So that's just, we are in the process. If you have suggestions, but just know it's a compilation of both international, national, and your own. And some of that has some very cool effects. What we're doing for ours on the USA side is we are taking the job area and we partnered with a third company called NALA Career Center, and we're building a job center, and then we're going to have a tab up on top that's called Career Center. And Tom will tell you a little bit more about that.
So currently, we have under our membership section I don't know if I've taken it off yet. The job board. Okay, very simple outfit. We work with a company called Hot Travel. They're from New Jersey, and they are not pulling from the world or from certainly from LinkedIn and Indeed and every Zoom or whatever the site might be. So we have been investigating. Let me go back and an outfit called Naylor, okay, which is an association company. They do all kinds of fundraising and what have you, but they started building career centers. So they're probably claim to fame for our industry is NTA, National Tour Association. Okay, so we've kind of used them as a model. So okay, if you as you know, the last we heard from Roger Dow, U.S. Travel. There's 5 million people right now, that hospitality people that are looking for jobs. Okay, there's a lot of predictions that maybe they won't even come back to the hospitality industry. So the bottom line is, there's every bit of hospitality industry, right, Jack? Can't find folks, and we know if I was hiring, the best person I would hire is a Skal member. For all the right reasons. We in Rotor we call it the 4-way test. Service, before yourself. With Skal, think about what's your underlying characteristics of Skal. 1, they know the industry. 2, they have integrity. All the things that you're very well aware of. So what we wanted to do is start with, okay, if I'm seeking a job, okay, I can put in, let's just say director, okay? And so we went through this whole category and see we're already populating director of marketing at Visit Seattle. That's a hell of a job, isn't it, right? I think yeah, if you like rain. But executive director of a visitors bureau, there you go. You can go to Petoskey, Michigan. No, Lord. No. Anyway, so we're already populating this, and the beta testing is starting on Monday. Okay. So that's kind of just an example. We're going to send this link to all of you, actually to the whole membership, and you can beta test this thing. And actually, in real time, people can put their job in. If they're an employer, there's the employer section here. Over here. This is pulling jobs not only from Skal members, but it's also pulling from any category that our committee, the membership committee, has come up with that we believe, and it's a work in progress, okay? But we wanted something that we had 100 jobs right off the bat in the hospitality industry. But you know what? Guess what? If you're a hotel, you're a little city in all itself, and you're looking for plumbers, right? You're looking for electricians. So you're going to be able to find, the trades in there too. They don't necessarily have to be associated with the hospitality industry, because if a plumber is a plumber, right? You may have to work a little.
Filter?
What? Yeah. There is. There's the geographical filters, and the other feature of this is if I got laid off and I haven't looked for a job for 17 years. When I retired, 17 years. I had no idea how to do a digital application that it scores you. You have to have a score of over 90%, and how you do that. Okay, I would probably never get a job because I have a tendency to talk too much. Okay. There's interview training that's in here.
I think we have some questions.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't see you. Yeah, Jack.
One question is,
Yeah.
will we have the opportunity to suggest sources for jobs? For instance, we've got a job bank right now, job posting site in Southwest Florida.
Right.
All the hoteliers are putting into that, restaurants are putting into that. This group may not see that,
So as long as they're white labeled,
Yeah.
which you know what I mean,
Yeah,
which means it's really a software
Right.
that it's open to the world. They can. We're working on that, but they're going to be able to post that post it through the site, okay? You know, and it's got to be white labeled first. Now, there's another way that you can actually get a higher visibility by paying a little bit of money. You can get a logo in there. It's kind of for those that might remember Yellow Pages. You know, pay $25 more, you get a bold. You pay another $50, you get a box, and then you pay another $2,000, you get a logo. It has some of those same areas, but so what you're going to do in Monday, you're all going to get an email here, okay, and you can see where you have a member and a non-member. So the members get special considerations, okay. We had a question about, is this going to be exclusive just to Skal members? Well, we tried that for 3 years and it didn't work. Okay, people weren't finding jobs. Jobs weren't being posted. However, we do feel there's got to be benefits for Skal members, okay? So if they want to get a resume or if they want to get a job, they get a special price. Okay, promotions are only going to be for Skal members only. For instance, when we launched this thing, anybody can do anything for free for 30 days, okay? And then when you go to 60 days, then you're going to get the lowest price if you're posting a job, but it's going to be lower than LinkedIn or what do you call it, Indeed, or one of those other sites. It's going to be lower than that. But the most important, it's going to match you up with all the Skal members that we're hoping that are posting jobs, on this site. And now, obviously, we discussed whether we were going to put this behind a firewall. No. Skal International, other than the database, everything is open to potential Skal members, to potential hospitality members. You know, very few people are going to go to the Skal sites unless they're in the hospitality industry. So there's got to be a lot of marketing that goes on and launch and stuff like that. But Skal needs to be a name that every hospitality person knows, right? And then the benefits, all right? So I think it was Karen that suggested, or somebody said that I go out in the Miami and nobody knows what Skal is, okay? Well, this is just going to be another benefit, I think, to help that along the way.
I think we have some more questions.
Yeah, what's the $400 that you mentioned? I'm so sorry.
The $400 is what this Vanessa lady is going to charge to help create your website along the lines of the SI master website for your personal club. But you cannot begin that process until USA finishes theirs.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to do it. SI is strongly encouraging it. And
You're the one that was,
let me get this done first, and then I can tell you a little bit more. We really thought we'd be a lot further ahead by Wednesday than we are, but that's a lot of it's on us. I'm sure we were all very busy, so let's go through all of it.
So you see all these blanks? They're not going anywhere. Okay? So we want to get the national site done.
Yeah.
Then we're going to populate this at least with an iconic picture of your destination. And then while you're working through that process for the $400 or so, it can go to your existing website if you have one, okay? We don't want to miss a beat here.
And along that lines, one of the things on my list of things to do is find her 10 million pictures for everything, including one for each of your clubs. So if you guys happen to have an iconic image of Tampa Bay that you prefer I use, by all means, please email it to me, because that's one less thing I have to go find, and you might have one that you like.
Make sure it's not copyrighted.
Yeah, make sure it's not copyrighted, make sure it's yours, and I don't know that I want a lot of people, but we want more of the locations, but you guys probably have better pictures of your locales than
Now,
I
is
do.
that just a flat fee or is this a yearly?
To build the site, from what I understand,
It's 400.
it's a flat fee.
There is no domain cost. There is no recurring cost to the server. That's all free, part of Skal International. The only cost at
That's
this
just one way
point
to do it.
is the $400 to get the basic site. Now, if you want to get really crazy, then you'll work with her. You'll work with her. Well, they'll work with what's her name again? Vanessa directly. And I have to tell you, that's cheap, $400,
It really
guys.
is.
I mean, and I don't remember. Do you remember what we're paying? It's cheap. to go to the national.
But
Yeah,
let's see how it works.
It's more, yeah, but it's cheap.
I wish we were
Yeah.
further ahead, but we're not.
Right.
But
But-
let's see,
right.
there has been, it started with a lot of hiccups, and at first we were told, no, I'm not sure I recommend this. They are absolutely working out the bugs as they go forward. There's still some there. So, but every day it seems to be getting better and smoother, and let's see how we get through this. But that's their fee, that has nothing to do with us, it's a third party. And that's what they charge, and we might be looking for some customization too. Yes, Jack?
Will the URL that we get be Skal International / Southwest?
This is an
Florida?
issue
Is
that
the
I'm working
idea?
on. We are skalusa.org. I want to keep that.
Yeah.
I've been told I really can't. They have their own for us. But I don't see why that should be a problem. You should be able to bounce it. So we're working on that. Again, one of the many things that we're working on to work out these things first. They told me that. I'm like, what do you mean I can't keep my
But
URL?
here's the
URL.
alternative. I have to tell you, they are shooting for a branding domain. Doesn't cost you anything. So instead of skalusa.org, it's usa.skol.org. It's Canada. It's whatever the area or national committee is. For your club, it would be it would be the name of your club at skol.org. Now, their solution to that is that, and we did this with sayusa.org when we changed, is that you can take that domain, you still own it, and you redirect to this site. And it took us, so for instance, right now, sayusa.org is still a redirect. Now, I'm going to prove myself wrong here, maybe. But if I go to Sayusa, let's go to Disney, okay? To hell with this crap, clearly, it's my website. It's a good thing porn is. But no, I don't know. Anyway, so if you go to sayusa.org, let's see what it does. It automatically redirects. Okay, so.
But I thought.
Tom, you may have already answered this question. I think
I don't
Tom,
like that either.
John asked it.
Hold on a minute, we got a question.
If you go to the job search, you do have a filter for it. Like,
Yeah.
I only want to work in Atlanta.
Yeah, you can do geographical searches. Yeah, that's all built in, and I didn't want to go through all the details, but these guys have been doing it for 40 years, so they got all the whistles and bells. But we had to customize it. Pam and I had to go through all the categories, okay? And then there were some other pictures. We had to go through pictures and everything. So the good thing is that for me to leave you is that while Skal International, and I believe this is really the right thing for them to do, they want to have a consistent brand. We're all Skal members. We're all members of Skal. But there are unique situations to our national committees and our local, and they have built in the customizations. I have to tell you, Pam is every day when she talks to this lady, we need to do more customization. So and the clubs are helping us because you want to sell your destination, but so there'll be places where
SI wants to make this an SI site, and I'm like,
no.
And it's not, so they want to control a lot of things, and some of it is phenomenal, especially those numbers and some of the stuff that comes in, but other things, USA, your Albany, your Anchorage. We need
So
to customize
you want
it,
to
so
put
I'm fighting for that.
Orange Coast members in there, like you can do that. That'll be part of your customization. What they have recommended to us, though, but it's up to you. That we're removing some of the filters or some of the firewalls because when we built the Skal USA site, it was 80% admin, 20% recruitment. These websites are probably 60% recruitment, 40% admin. So we have been pushing that we need admin to be as
Minimal
we can't
as
give
possible.
away our admin, but we need to continue with because our site wasn't a big recruitment site. So that's the brand. That's what Skal International wants to retain, and that's why you don't have to go to our member area anymore. You're going to go to this Skal
That'll populate
International
more
area,
page.
right?
That's
right.
fantastic. But some of this other customers, they say this is hard coded, I can't change it. Well, I'm not okay with that.
I'm not
I
either.
want to change.
Yeah.
They told us, and talking to our
Right.
executive officers, that we're going to put up one picture and we can't change it. And I'm like, no. That executive officer board changes every year, as it does for every single one of your clubs. And we should, and it's, come on, we've all changed the header photo on the internet, it takes 2 seconds. So these are some of the things that I'm running into, and eventually we'll win, but we gotta go through the process. You know, you can't hard code something when this changes annually, but I can change this one, which never needs to change at all. So, I mean, it's that, these are some of the things that we're running into, and the further down I go, I'm sure the more of these things I'll find. We're kind of at the beginning stages, and we waited. I know we waited a little longer than some of you guys are anxious to know, but we've been hearing from other countries that some of the issues that they had, you know, but then they got through them and they fixed that, and it's working
Okay,
better
there's
and
our
better. So
applause.
now we finally feel comfortable that we
jeez.
worked through enough of it that we can start doing it.
Okay, well, we'll go
And-
through that.
and,
We need
uh,
to do
And it's,
we need to do
it
an
sounds
email
like it
just
has
on that.
infinite possibilities, but there's
Yeah.
still challenges.
Did they talk
So-
about that in there? We were.
They're complicated, I mean, Europe has different regulations as well that unfortunately introduce themselves, you know.
Right, and
Little
they're-
things like your I of your password, in Europe, you can't do it.
Right.
So, you know, and a lot of other interesting regulations come in the EU. 5 years ago when I was president, I wanted to do this for all of the clubs to get our brand identity the same.
And I think it's
50 clubs at the time that, you know, everybody's different. Well, we should be the same. This brand identity is really important. It's one of the things,
It is.
reasons why, who's running the Skal? You know, we really have to work on brand identity. It needs to be consistent.
I think they're finished.
And it has to pop. And, you know, I hope this works out, but I know we have lots of hurdles with.
There are lots of hurdles, and that's why it's a little slower than some of you guys might have been hoping. But if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that it's populating from SI and it's populating from us will actually take the onus off of you to make sure some of that membership development information and some of that membership recruitment stuff, it's already there for you. You don't need to go track it down. You know, the numbers that I'm not, you know, I can never, are they gonna give me an update? It's already there. That stuff is, that takes a lot of the onus off of you.
You can
That
show
part
it
is
there
great.
under 4 members.
Yeah.
But you've got to be there.
We must have this function
But that
working
also
and
means
attractive.
we're gonna take the time to
Very
get
bottom.
it the
Can
right
present-
way.
oh, there it
You know,
is,
'cause ours
membership
is
development.
cumbersome and heavy. We also use a WordPress, this is a new system called Udo, you know, which is also new and having good, but we're getting there. So,
Gotta sign in again?
No, it's, there,
any other
anything.
questions?
We are repeating ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, great, thank you.
I just
Yeah.
want to, before we were talking about the membership development fund, I didn't move far enough down on the for members drop down. It's the very last item on the for members drop down, membership development fund. Click on that and you find the application.
Oh, that's where it is, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't move far
Well
enough down.
then, I don't have to wait for my ticket
This
to
is
be
why I
answered.
brought-
Yes.
Your ticket, yeah, your ticket.
It's been there like a week.
All right, the buses or shuttles for Carlucci's leave at 5:30.
There it is,
5:30, okay.
5:30. Was it, take, on the back here, it says,
Oh,
it says 5:30.
I said, oh my God.
5:30.
Yeah, right. 5 o'clock is not correct.
And,
Yeah, 2 hours.
You can get here.
I'm sorry, where was this for
Charlie.
exactly?
Who
On
wants the last Macadamia nut?
we're done, thank you.
Under
on skull.org.